Very good afternoon to all our viewers watching this live coverage of Dialog Rugby League Week 2 action from Longdon Place, and CRNFC will host Navy Sports Club at this entertaining clash. Of course, CRNFC did struggle to win their first encounter against Air Force last week. Same applies to Navy Sports Club. They did struggle. Army Sports Club. Unfortunately, Captain Kavindu Pereira will not play for today's game. Navy Sports Club led by ThePapare, former Sri Lanka flanker, and Kavindu Pereira for his illegal tackle. Air Force player, he's awarded a suspension for 2 weeks. So CRNFC will miss him big time because he was so sensational in the Asian 7 circuit as well. But quite unfortunate on that last week game for skipper Kavindu Pereira. But they have some young guns to come up with. We'll go through the team cards in a bit, especially the school leavers, debutants, and in the likes of under-20 stars. Umalka Gunaratna, who didn't play the last game, expected to start today. And he'll be a usual and crucial part in the scrums, especially comes in the opposite 22 is going to be a threat. But Navy on the other hand have some quality. They are 10 and 12 channel, and 12 and 13 channel with Lai Reherat and Mushin Falil was absolutely brilliant. One is attacking player and one is defensive like a rock. And both the coaches confident of a win. Coach Motilal Jayatilaka of Navy Sports Club. He's been there for a while now. And also Ferretti Verbula, the CRNFC coach. And he said that he don't want to happen like last week. In fact, CRNFC were trailing against Air Force. And they came back strongly, and they also had a penalty try. So not much tries being scored, and neither team did score a bonus point try, which will be crucial in the latter part of this season. It's only Havelock Sports Club managed to get 2 bonus points in their previous 2 encounters. And we are live from CRNFC. Also joining me, Shana Kamarasinghe. Very good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Sabir. Good to have you back in the commentary box. A very big game for CRNFC today. Their first game at Longdon Place, and this Navy team likes to come here, Sabir. We've seen that over the last couple of seasons as well. They like to come here, and they have the belief and the momentum that they can beat this CR side. And given the performances from last week when Army almost gave Navy a scare in that last few moments of the game, Navy looked comfortable, but against Air Force, CRNFC didn't look comfortable at all. And that's something that will have to change today if they're going to really try and win this first home game that they've got. Not sure that there are too many positional changes in the CRNFC side. They might need to do something about their 10-12 combination. That's something that didn't really click for them last time around. But Danushka Pereira knows this ground well. He's played here at CRNFC before. He's leading this Navy team. He's an experienced hand. And with this big pack of forwards, with the experience that they've got in that back row, I think it's going to be a real cracking game today at Longdon Place.
Yes, indeed. And don't go anywhere. We are just going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with the live action.
ThePapare.com කරපු සංකල්පය ලංකාවේ ක්‍රීඩක ක්‍රීඩිකාවන්ට ඉතාම ධෛර්යයක්. ඔවුන්ගේ අදහස් ක්‍රීඩා තොරතුරු ඊට අමතරව ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයෙක් වශයෙන් මට ආඩම්බර විය හැකි මේ අලුත් සංකල්ප ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයට ගෙනීම ගැන මම ඇත්තටම ThePapare.com එකට ස්තුතිවන්තයි.
Huge amount of cricket fans out there. They look at things in so much detail. They demand detail much more than we have a video analyst for us. incredible. These guys want even more detail when it comes to reading about the game and understanding. So I think ThePapare.com provides all of that beautifully. So congratulations and well done to ThePapare.com, because for people like me and for millions of other cricket fans around the world.
The Breakdown, end-to-end Sri Lankan rugby.
සමහර විශ්ලේෂණයන් තියෙනවා ඒවා සමහර ලාවට හරියන්නත් පුළුවන් වරදින්නත් පුළුවන් කෝසල.
ක්‍රිකට් කියන්නේ අවිනිශ්චිත ක්‍රීඩාවක් ධනුෂ්කයා. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මොනවද සිදුවන්නේ කියලා. ගොඩක් දේ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් පිටියෙන් පිටක. නමුත් සියල්ල සිදුවන්නේ පිටිය තුලදී.
පිටියේ ඈත මෑත කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, පිටියේ ඇතුලේ කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ක්‍රිකට් විශ්ලේෂණාත්මකව ඔබට සම කරන්නට අපි සූදානම්ින් ඉන්නවා පිටියේ කතා තුලින්. රැඳෙන්න අපිත් එක්ක ThePapare.com ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා වෙබ් අඩවිය සමග. ඔබේ තරංගයන් සියල්ලම අපි ගාව හොඳ කලෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඡායාරූප පවා බොහොම හොඳ දේවල්. මම හිතන්නේ ඔබත් සමහරවිට දකින්නේ මම හිතන්නේ මේ දේවල් පපරේ හරහා තමයි ඔබ යම්කිසි අදහසක් ඒකට එකතු කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඇත්තටම මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ඒ වගේම අනිත් හැම ක්‍රීඩා තරගාවලියකටම මම හිතන්නේ මම දකින හැම වෙලේම ක්‍රිකට් විතරක් නෙමෙයි හැම දෙයක්ම කවර් වෙනවා මේ papare.com එකෙන්. ඒ වගේම ක්ලබ් මැච් එකක් පවා අපි සාමාන්‍ය හැම ප්ලේ කෙනෙක් මාසේ තමන්ගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් මැච් එක සෙල්ලම් කරන එකක් ලබා ගන්න. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් වෙන්නේ ඒ වගේ ඒ කොහේ තිබ්බත් මැච් එකක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඇවිල්ලා හැම මැච් එකකටම වගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් හෝ අනිවාර්යෙන් තිබෙනවා. ඉතින් මම සුබ පතනවා papare.com එකට මේ සේවය දිගටම කරගෙන යන්න කියලා.
Trust yourself.
Fitness Diaries, in a mission to uplift the fitness arena in Sri Lanka.
Important game in the Dialog Rugby League, and this is the second weekend of the league so far, as we see the home team CRNFC running out in their brand new jerseys up against a team that has been a nemesis in the recent past, Navy. That's the starting 15 for Sia, Jayasekara, Wannakula Surya, Noor, Chamikara, Dilshan, Fernando, Pereira, Gunaratna, Kavindu, De Costa, Chandimal, Rafaideen on the left wing, Silva, Ratwata, Asit Vijay Singh on the right wing, and Chamud Fernando, the schoolboy, starting at number 15. And an interesting bench for them as well. Sabah, Fernando and Dilanka Pereira is a second row replacement. Kokile Sama the Peruma in the front row replacements as well. Rehan Silva drops to the bench. Harit Bandara, the Sipatanian, also on the bench. Vakis Veerashekara and Sashan Mohammed will be the others on that CR bench. This is Navy's team, very experienced up at the front there. De Silva, Vijay Singh and Rana Singh, Lairu Viswajit, Supun Piris, Adisha Veeratunga, the former Isipatana player, Danushka Pereira, the captain, very lot of experience there. Janit Lakshara, a hard man at number 8, Richie Dharmapala, Absal Mohammed, Buddhima Piyaratna, Musin Falil, Lairu Herat, Supun Dilshan, and top point scorer Thirina Veerasinghe also in the number 15 jersey. Big Stefan Gregory coming off the bench, Vimukti Gunasinghe, Ravin De Silva, Nirosh Pereira, Dinesh De Silva, Tanuja Malim, but look for his game-breaking abilities late on, and Kayan Vikramaratne, the former Isipatana fullback, as well for Navy. So lots of experience in both of those lineups and lots of exciting young talent as well for Navy, especially on the bench, Sabir.
Yes, indeed, Shannon. Team players are playing in different kits. When they come into the club, it will be exciting to see. Also, Buddhima Piratna, he missed out 2 legs in the Asian 7 series after playing the first leg due to injury. And it's a good opportunity for him to show up because the opposite captain is not there.
Kapila Knowlton whistles for the game to get underway, and CRNFC are profiting from a knock-on early on in the piece. Lovely ball from Tarinder Ratwatta. That's taken to ground just inside the 22. Great hands from Ratwatta at number 13. It was a ball that they needed to do something with. And on the short pass, they're coming in, and that's offloaded by the number 7. That was Joel Pereira. Here it is for Chanika Chandimal again. Long ball out to Sashika Ashan, who's playing in the number 6 jersey, the former Wesley number 8. Chandimal, slow ball, Ratwatta. It's a pass right across the face of the defense. Nobody wants to pick it up. And now here it is for Riza Rafaidin. Still available for CRNFC. Good continuity from them. They've built the phases, but they need to make sure they get some penetration as well. Joel Pereira. Straight over the top of that ball was Hafiz Noor. Referee letting it go. Chanaka Chandimal, very lateral attack. Nice dummy that time from the CR player carrying that ball forward. Kamidu De Costa now. Here it is through lovely ball over the top from Gundaratne, and now some space for CRNFC. Refaidin has to step back inside and keep the ball in play. It's a long passage of play from CR. They've managed to hold on to the ball. Ratwatta plays at half-back. Charana Chamikara now, who scored CR's only try last week against Air Force, pumping his legs, getting almost 5 meters to the line, and they drop the ball, and it's taken on. Straight through the middle goes Adisha Veeratunga. Good tackle to cut him down, but Veeratunga manages to get the pass away, and here it is, have space on the outside. Just can't get the ball away to the player screaming for it on the left. That was Tiruna Veerasinghe. If he'd got the ball, he would have been away. Here's Mohammad Afzal coming and changing directions. Here's Veerasinghe. Now he gets the ball away, and that's a superb try from Navy, turning attack into defense. And Muhsin Falil scores against his old club. Plenty of former CRNFC players in this lineup, and that would make Muhsin Falil feel extremely happy. Great presence of mind from Mohammad Afzal to change direction and spot the open player on the left-hand flank, Sabir, and what a performance, turning all that defense into attack.
Take a bow, Muhsin Falil, end-to-end stop. We saw the message was clear from CRNFC, Shankar. They were lateral movement, they were trying to that extra space to Riza Rafaidin and from that corner. But turnover, just Navy said thank you very much. Great piece of run by Adisha, and then lovely offload. They didn't panic, they just controlled the position, and here you see the results.
That's really a very unfortunate turnaround, a 14-point turnaround almost for CRNFC, but a superb pickup and burst through the middle of the defense from Adisha Veeratunga, and he's got real pace. CR did well to cut him down when they did, but he managed to keep the ball alive, and Tiruna Veerasinghe knocks over the extra points, and it's 7 points to 0, and it's brought a big hush to this Longdon Place crowd, who thought that they might just start with a bang, and instead they found that their hole has been breached.
What a good start. Just what the doctor ordered for Navy Sports Club.
Ron Fernando, I'm sorry, is a referee who waves for CR to kick back off, and it's well collected that time by Navy. Navy numbers not very clear because they're white numbers on a largely white jersey. Really don't design these with the commentators in mind as all. And here's Omalka Gunaratne now, trying to create something with that barnstorming familiar run of his. But brilliant counter-rucking by Navy that time. We've said that this forward pack has a lot of experience. Taken in by Supun Piris. And that's another good run as well by the Navy truck runners. Here's Zulandana Vijay Singh. fending off two would-be CRNFC tacklers. But a good tackle made by Omarka Gunaratne in the end to drive him backwards. Dulanjana Vijay Singh has been very influential so far this season, and he'll be looking for a big game against CR today. And that's not a good bit of play from Danushka Pereira, I think it was, who knocked that ball on. And here it is for Thirina Veerasinghe. He will have to do nothing but try and thump it as far away as possible. The player's not really retiring for Navy, but referee waves play on. CR now have a chance just on the halfway line. Supun Varnakula. Superb line speed by Navy once again. Kavindu de Costa waits. That's a big barge up from Gayan Jayasekara. Excellent work from Mohammad Absal. Shot up really quickly, and now here's the ball for Indunil. And that's a nice ball from Tarinder Ratwat. And instead of trying to keep the ball in play, the CR winger, that was Asit Vijay, gives the ball instead to Navy, who now have a chance to clear their lines. Easily done that time by Buddhima Piyaratna. And he'll find a touch close upon the halfway line.
Great intensity so far, Shannon, from both sides. This is what you want to see, that running rugby, end-to-end stuff. Early on, the first try was really great to see that. We will see later on as the autumn international progress as well.
Yes, we'll see some attacking rugby today, that's for sure. But this has been heart-stopping stuff already. It feels like 15 minutes gone, but it's just under 7 minutes on the clock so far. And Navy will be thanking themselves that Asit Vijay Singh threw an ill-advised offload that time. Ratwata had drawn the defense nicely and tried to break. But CR have the line out now. Just about 48 meters out. Gayan Dilshan. That throw is well crooked. So the referee will ask Danushka Pereira what he'd like, and I'm sure he's going to pick a scrum. Watch for Janit Laksara off the base of this scrum. Some big boys in this Navy pack. Adisha Veeratunga, probably the most dangerous player in this of these 15 men in that number 6 jersey. He's put on so much weight from his school days. Obviously the nutrition is better now, and he's getting a bit more rest as well. So he's looking like a real Sri Lanka prospect, isn't he, Sabir?
Yeah, he was outstanding in the Asian 7 series as well back in Hong Kong, Shanaka.
Mohammad Absal throws a pass, and it manages to bounce into the hands of the Navy winger. Supun Dilshan it is on that right wing. And it's available once again for Navy. Omarka Gunaratne helping out with that tackle. Absal, nice pass in front of the man, and that's a nice long ball over the top to Adisha Veeratunga. Veeratunga steps inside. They're keeping him out there on that left flank in the tram lines. That's a lovely angle. Just can't get the ball away. Excellent angle run there by Musin Falil.
What a relief for CRNFC. Almost another try coming from that angle. Like you said, Adisha, he's been everywhere so far. And using that his height and his power.
More than anything, his pace. Sabir, he had a huge work rate when he played for Isipatana, and now he's just looking a little stronger. And he looks a really good prospect, especially such a good line-out forward as well.
And if you look at the try he scored against Army Sports Club, he nearly made 30 to 35 meters in that first try that he scored. Was really outstanding.
Kick to touch there by Tarinder Ratwata. Dulanjana Vijay Singh having a chat to referee Rohan Fernando. Always good players trying to get in the referee's ear. Just keep them thinking about something. Supun Vannakulasuri will want this line out to go better than the last one did.
Oh, by the way, birthday boy, Supun.
Well, that is better from CR. That's Joel Pereira in the number 7 jersey. And that's a better driving maul from Sia. They'll want to settle things down a little bit. Navy will be happy for this game to be fast and unstructured. Sia not so much. That's a good drive. It's been about 15 meters already. They need to keep the ball in play though, Sia. Asit Vijayasinghe coming in and helping out his scrum half. Here's Kushan Indunil. Indunil with the ball to Ratwata. Ratwata takes it and goes straight through the gap. One man to beat and he decides to go himself. Tharendra Ratwata, outstanding individual try. And I've been wondering why they're playing him at 13, Sabir, but that's probably why. But you've got to wonder, Rehan Silva could probably have done the same thing with Ratwata on the inside as well. But what a brilliant try from the Sri Lanka Sevens fly half. And good to see Kushan Indunil taking the ball to the line there as well.
Yes, indeed. We saw Tharendra Ratwata scoring those tries in the white jerseys with the Tuskers. He scored a few in the Asian 7 series, but this try, what a brilliant performance on that occasion. Individual brilliance. He's playing out of position, but it's fruitful so far.
Well, it seems like he might be wanting to play there as well, Sabir. That's what I've been hearing from the Sia camp. It must be something that he's happy with also. And Chanaka Chandimal against this Navy team that he played for last season, so he'd know them well. So it might be a good move to play him at number 10 against his old team. So Ratwata again with a chance to draw level on the scoreboard. An excellent first phase try. And that's a good kick from Ratwata as well. Good sighter for him early on in the game. Both kickers have had two regulation kicks to convert to excellent tries from both teams. And it's 7 points each on the scoreboard.
And also coming back to Supun Varnakulasuriya Shanaka, I remember he spent 5 to 6 months with Crusaders Academy before this season. And also he's one of the highest try scorers in the Royal Colours. Maybe he has something to prove here as well.
I'm sure he will. He's been really lucky to get that opportunity in New Zealand. And if you just breathe the air in New Zealand, Sabir, you improve as a rugby player, to be very honest. And he's got to bring all that learning and share it with his teammates. That much is for sure. And there's Gunaratna takes that well just inside the touchline and making one of those charging runs back into the center of the field to help his kick out a little. Hafiz Noor stands guard on the right side for his scrum half's box kick. It's not a great box kick by any stretch. And Dharmapala gives it to Vijayasinghe. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe runs onto a nice feed from Dharmapala. Here it is for Mohammad Absal. Absal, another one of those players who police let go, and that's a bit of volleyball being played there by the CR players. Does well, does Asit Vijayasinghe to stay in the field of play. And here's Supun Varnakulasuriya. Nice offload. Chamut Fernando just manages to catch on to it. And no release from the tackler. Danushka Pereira tried to turn that ball over, but he hadn't released the tackler before he did that. So real lucky bounce of the ball there for Sia, Sabir.
It is indeed. And also if you look at where Dulanjana Vijayasinghe was positioned before that Kavindu Costa's box kick, he was the sweeper on that occasion, not a half-back, not a full-back. But you can see why he is back, because he is such a mobile player.
Yes, I think he's taken over the number 8 duties on the kickoffs. Good break from Supun, but might have done better to just hold on to the ball there. Sia guilty of a few too many fancy offloads so far. Ratwata with that low strike. Really swings his, doesn't follow through very high. Just swings the boot through like a football player almost, taking a free kick. Great technique. And Varnakulasuriya will want another good line out just like he had last time. Sasika Ashan, so good in the air. Not straight, says the referee. I thought that was a bit of a harsh call, to be honest, because it wasn't contested. And these are some things that you've got to let go to just keep the game flowing, Sabir, especially if it's not contested. I've been talking about this for many years, but the referees seem to be very anxious to blow that.
And if you witness yesterday's game, especially Army versus CHNFC, even referee Priya Suranga, I think he did take a bit of time in the lineouts. After the hooker of both the teams, once he sent the ball, he stops play and restart. So he wants to play for his whistle because the game should flow.
Referee wanting to reset that one. Sasika Ashan, former Wesleyite, on the blind side of the scrum. And Joel Pereira, another Wesleyite, on the open side there.
And it'll be interesting, Shanago, when these school boys, who's making that club debut experience, they have to go for the trials for the Asian Under-19 Championship, where Sri Lanka will host on 10th December at Racecourse.
Here's Janit Laksara. Good tackle from Joel. Richie Dharmapala waits. He goes back to his kicker. It's carried back, so can't be kicked full out. Thilana Veerasinghe has a big boot on him and he thumps this one deep downfield. Bounces nicely for Chamod Fernando. Fernando so elusive but drops the ball. And that was beautifully picked up by Navy, and now they've got a break on. Lovely pass from Richie Dharmapala. Muhsin Falil going in again. He manages to get the ball in over the top, but just not well enough timed for Dharmapala, who gets side down.
Well, Muhsin Falil, probably he should have gone into contact, or he should have stepped inside, because he's a physical lad. Should have hold on to that position because support is arriving in the likes of Supun Dilshan.
I thought he could have gone himself, Sabir, to be honest, but he's not backing his speed like he used to, so could really have gone himself, tried to use the fend, just keep the ball in play. But real danger moments for Chamod Fernando there.
Yeah, he had his support outside. He should have given and then support. So much things to learn. He's another prospect to play in the national 15 colours for Sri Lanka under-19.
But what I don't understand, Sabir, is Rehan Silva being on the bench. I mean, I know Chamod Fernando is a wonderful prospect, but Silva has played at fullback before, and he's a Sri Lanka player. He's just debuted for the Sri Lanka Sevens team. He's in good form. You want him on the field, whether it's at 13, whether it's at in the back three somewhere. You really want him on the field. And here's Kushan Idril taking it up to the line. Chamod Fernando now trying to make amends, and here's a good break from Reza Rafaidin. Remember, there's no Kavindu Pereira today, so Tharindra Ratwata is the captain. Kavindu Pereira facing a suspension because of a tip tackle from last week's game. Should really have known better, Kavindu. Here's Omalka Gunaratna bustling his way to the 22-meter line. Kavindu goes short side. Kushan Indunil. And that's a great defense once again from Danushka Pereira. That's the best part of his game. Likes to get in people's faces, make turnovers and big hits. Gertha?
Yeah, they especially like to make those big hits to Omalka and Chanaka Sanjamal, because both the players were wearing Navy shirts a year ago. Of course, Omalka last year he made the switch to Navy, from Navy to CRNFC rather. And also talking about Kavindu Pereira, Shanaka, we saw him, he's one of the textbook tacklers. We saw how well he marked Anuruddha Wilbara last season, and we saw how well he marked few tackles in the Asian Sevens as well. But that is quite unfortunate. Maybe some over-enthusiasm on that occasion.
Veeratunga with a nice win at number 2 in the line-out. Coming back on the inside was Lahiru Herat. Mohammad Afzal shows and goes. Almost gets through. Looked like there might have been a wee knock-on the floor there, but the referee letting it go. Dharmapala. It's available again, and the referee's got his hand up for an offside. The penalty is coming for Navy. There's been an infringement in that breakdown. Hands in the ruck, says the referee, and the guilty party walking back. It looked like it might be Gayan Jayasekara. And this is well within Thilana Veerasinghe's range.
Looks like the pace has been slowed down, Shanaka, compared to the first 10 minutes. And I'm sure there's still enough energy in the second quarter. And Thilana Veerasinghe, one of the top point scorers 2 seasons ago.
Well, the way the game started, Sabir, I don't think either team could have sustained that kind of intensity for much longer, so it was bound to slow down. You can already see just 20 minutes in and some of the players with their hands on their knees puffing it in. That's Lahiru Herat, number 12 jersey. Outside him, number 13 is Supun Dilshan. Sorry, that was Mushin Falil in the number 12 jersey. Lahiru Herat is in 13, the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, he's a one fine prospect from Lalit CWW Kannangara, and he made the national junior colours as well. And this time Thilina makes no mistakes.
Well within his range, as I was saying. He's dead-eye Dick, really. And there's a few good kickers in the fray this season, Sabir. We've got Riza Mubarak obviously returning in Havelock's colours, and then we have Thilina Veerasinghe himself. Tharindra Ratwath has got a good boot on him. Thilina Vijayasinghe up in Kandy. So plenty of people to punish errors in these top teams.
Yes, indeed, all those number 15s into the points already. And referee Rohan Fernando having a word with his assistant. Not sure what is that.
10 points to 7 Navy lead at CRNFC in this Dialog Rugby A-Division League game. That was a bit of a clumsy backing into the opposition by the Navy player running a screen on his receiver, but again that was allowed to go on. And that's a nice offload. It turns out to be a nice offload. Falil goes to ground sensibly. Dharmapala will now look for quick ball to Absal. Absal stepping in that 7th style and throws an expansive pass. Probably not the most effective pass to throw at that moment. Nice short ball to Adisha Veeratunga once again. Lovely angle, nice swerve of the hips for him to get behind that first line of defense. It's not a great pass to Musin Falil that time, and they managed to turn it over, but the referee says illegally so. And I thought that might have been a little harsh on Gayan Dilshan there, because it was a bad possession for Navy, and they made a good tackle here and should probably have been rewarded for it. Instead, they're facing another 3-pointer.
And also, Shanaka, if you see Lahiru Wishwadit, last few phases, he's a big ball carrier, but he opted not to run with the ball. He just made 2 lovely offloads, whereas the other forwards make some meters on that incident. So maybe he will be coming later as a key weapon. Former Sipatana player, Lahiru Wishwadit.
I think they're just trying to draw the defense and use that short pass, Sabir, in using that pod of 3 forwards just in front of the first receiver, so that you don't know which one of them is actually going to make the break, whether it's the guy in the middle, the left or the right. So it's well executed bit of play from Navy there. And Veerasinghe has one right out in front, just about 40 meters, no problem with the distance for him. And that sails over easy as you like, still going up as it went through the posts. And suddenly, CRNFC are facing a deficit of 13 points to 7. They'll need to get into the opposition half and make sure that they stay there for a couple of minutes to try and get some points back. Haven't really been able to get into the opposite half except for that bit off the kickoff early on in the game.
Yes, also Navy playing without Nivanka Prasad, one of the brutal number 8. Not sure why he's out, maybe due to his previous knee injury, but this team, they have youth and experience combined well.
Very well combined, and that's Buddhima Piyaratne, is it, on the right hand side of the field there, who manages to put that one into touch. So Sia will have an opportunity. Don't forget to join me on the breakdown, sponsored by Cavani, where we analyze the week that was in the Dialog Rugby League. Missing you on the show, Sabir, has to be said.
I'm sure it gives you lots of time to suit your work day-to-day career, Shanaka.
I don't know about that. Inshaf's not nearly as flexible as you are, Sabir. Joel Pereira given a talking to by the ref. It's a 4-man line out. They go to the front, and it looks like there might have been A fake by not going 5 meters, says the referee, so will be a free kick, I think. No, they've asked for a scrum, Navy. So no, it is a free kick for not going 5 meters, so bad mistake from Sia there. An important line out, and they didn't go the 5 meters.
And it is outside the 22, taking so long to make that decision.
Smashed straight up by Tilna Veerasinghe, and Chamod Fernando took it well. Needed some support, which finally came in the form of Sashika Ashan. And Navy have turned the ball over. Danushka Pereira acting at half-back. Homaku Gunaratne just getting out of the way. And Dharmapala unfortunately kicks that ball away, but he knew the penalty was coming when he kicked that one away. So good play from him. Just trying to milk the penalty and inflict more and more damage on the scoreboard. It's a neck roll, I think the referee is saying.
Yeah, you had to be very careful with the seatbelt tackles, always in the offensive range. And also looks like Navy is pretty much in control, Shanak, after all these 25 minutes.
Yes, it's a forward pack that's really running in on that Sia breakdown and just completely disrupting them. They don't have the physicality to hold on to them, it looks like, Sabir. So up front, Sia are definitely losing the battle.
Another opportunity for Tilna to add another 3 points. Just the way to tick the scoreboard, and that really gives a psychological factor for Sierra FC.
Absolutely, Sabir. Suddenly it was 7-all, and then 10-3, and within a minute it was 13-7, and now in 2 minutes' time it could very well be 16-7. So that's not the kind of accumulation of points that you want to allow the other team to make. So making far too many errors in their own half. Sia well within the range of Tilna Veerasinghe. And there's no sense of urgency really from this Sia side. Well-drilled unit, but they don't know what exactly it is they're doing. And as we said, it's 16 points to 7. Suddenly a 9-point reversal for Sierra FC in the course of a few minutes. They equalized within the first 15 minutes of the game. And suddenly in the 20th minute or so, or 22nd or 23rd minute, they're 9 points down.
And they have to mind that they were trailing against Air Force as well in their first game, although they came back strongly in the second half. But this is much a better opposition than the Air Force. They have to keep that in mind.
Much better opposition, and the conditions are different as well, isn't it, Sabir? Because at Air Force, apart from the wet, there is that wind that you have to contend with. And they had the wind in the second half. Good missed, good bust up the middle by Dulanjana Vijayasinghe. The tackle on him missed. Dharmapala now for Mohammad Absal. Absal has been looking to run with the ball. Charana Chamikara drags him down. And Navy have good protection of the ball here. And Buddhima Piyaratna just gets into position, but Dharmapala looks to go on his own. And Chamod Fernando, Riza Rafaidin it was. Or in fact, Chamod Fernando who left that ball behind. And this is the thing, isn't it, Sabir? He's a great player. He was a fantastic player for the Isipatana team. But coming in up this intensity, this physicality, you want to wonder whether Rehan Silva sitting on the bench there is wondering, I should be out there. I should be the one fielding those kicks.
But it was not his decision, Shanaga. The coach should be knowing this, not the first mistake that Chamod Fernando, the youngster, made. He's really feeling that pressure.
It's a completely different ball game from the schools arena to the clubs. There's lots of big boys running at you here. Absal, short ball out, and coming off the left foot nicely is Musin Falil. They go back to the short side, Navy. Dharmapala looks for Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, one of the key ball carriers. Here they are again, nice pass out. And here's Absal, nicely in front of Lahiru Herat. Herat spins out of one tackle straight through. Herat's got 3 men to beat. Looks like he wants to try and take them on his own. Well picked up by Absal there. Almost some space in the corner. They managed to lay it back and will protect it, Navy. Here's Dharmapala. Dharmapala to the big man. This is excellent play from Navy. Janit Laksara screaming for it. In fact, that's Roshan Ranasinghe who was asking for it there. And that big pot of forwards. Good work from Dharmapala through the legs to Absal, and now Buddhima Piyaratna going on the outside, just slipping into touch. Oh, Buddhima Piyaratna almost managed to go on the outside of Reza Rafaidin. And that would have been a real blow to CRNFC if they managed to get in there on the half an hour mark. And poor old Buddhima Piyaratna just lost his footing, but otherwise he was around.
Yes, indeed. We have seen plenty of tries he's been scoring in that corner, but what a lovely play by Navy Shanaka. They're very composed on that occasion. 3 faces and send the ball out wide. And Mushin Falil and Abzal's combination also working so well.
Really is. I think Mohammad Absal's best position is fly half. I don't think he's as good a scrum half as he is a fly half, because he's got good distribution skills and he likes to run. And when he does it from scrum half, he sometimes allows the defense to come up quickly. But now running off the second and third phase, he's proving to be really dangerous. Kaminda De Costa with the high box kick. Piyaratna feels it and managed to get a beautiful offload away to Thirana Veerasinghe. Veerasinghe with a big right foot step. And now there's space. Everybody wants it here. Lahiru Herath for the corner. Lahiru Herath, he's going to get in easily. Just short of the line, dragged down by Chamot Fernando. And holding on, says the referee. And that's a real lucky break for CRNFC. I thought he was going to get in for all money, but Chamot Fernando chased him down. Supun Dilshan it was on this left-hand flank. And there were 3 men over Sabir. Any one of them could have scored.
That's quite unlucky. Lahiru Herath, what a run, what a line speed that he has. And Supun Dilshan, former Science College player. Good to see that youngsters are stepping up for the Navy Sports Club.
I think they've made a concerted decision, Sabir, a couple of years ago. They signed a lot of these players straight out of school and they've been building for the future. So it's been a good decision from them, and now slowly you'll find that return on investment is coming in. You've got to be prepared sometimes to have a few average seasons to be able to do that. Gayan Dilshan takes it at number 4. It's a better drive from Sia, but they lose the ball again. Adisha Veeratunga comes away with it. Good bit of tight play from him. Nicely done there by Lahiru Wish with it. And now Sia have managed to poach this ball back. Kaminda De Costa now. Here's the danger from Ratwata. Ratwata gives it away to Rafaidin, but it's behind him. And just managing to come away with that Ratwata, but he's brought to the ground quickly by Danushka Pereira, who realized the danger. Here's Omarka Gunaratna. He knows only one way. Runs straight into the big man. That was Kasun De Silva. Quick ball from Kaminda De Costa, and that's lost forward. Big hit once again on Chamot Fernando by Danushka Pereira. He's enjoying himself, making those big hits on the little guys. That's the kind of stuff he dreams about in his sleep, Gertha.
I'm sure Chamot Fernando will fail that tackle. He's not having his day, but that's a poor line work by CRNFC. Tarin Ratwate had the chance. Also Reza Rafaidin, he got caught. Navy showing they can attack as well as their defense is on the mark.
Really is, and Navy will be a fit team. Motilal Jayatilaka is really focused on fitness, and you know that this is not the kind of weather that you can afford to play a half-fit team in. It's a water break coming in the 35th minute or so, because there's a Navy player down. just off your screens. See our boys getting some water on board. Hafiz Noor in that number 3 jersey, back in the CR colours after a long injury layoff.
Probably they should have taken this 1 minute break at the 20th minute, Shanaka, because the game has moved forward from 4 p.m. kickoff to 3:45 due to the bad weather we witnessed in the last week's action.
He is probably coming 15 minutes too late. Good scrum from Navy, managing to give stable ball to Absal. And that was a nice angle run by Lahiru Herat, but and I'm not sure what that was that time around. Referee calling Kushan Indunil, it looks like. And having a stern talking to Rohan Fernando. Indunil got in trouble last week as well. And there was a knock on there, but don't know what Kushan would have said or done. Did you see that, Sabir?
No, I'm afraid sadly we don't have the replay as well, but that's a gift away the position.
Well, he knows that it's just 5 minutes to go, Danushka Pereira, so he'll take a bit of a breather with the rest of his forwards, who's been working very hard. And wow, it's 50 meters plus this kick, and Tiruna Veerasinghe, given the few kicks that he's taken today, looks like he might be happy to try his luck.
Maybe they are trying what Barbarians did in the game against All Blacks. We never know. The chase will be on for sure. I think with the angle, more than 55, Shanaka.
Yeah, it probably will be about a 60-meter kick if it gets close. But he fancies his chances. He asked for it straight away. Danushka Pereira had no hesitation, point into the posts. Doesn't strike it too well though that time. He needed to go for broke.
Maybe to get a 22 restart, Shanaka.
Absolutely, and now they get possession back, Sabir, so it's not a terrible tactic at all. If it goes, you get 3 points. If it doesn't, you get the ball back. So it's a win-win situation, really. Good decision.
We are heading into the half-time. If Navy can score one try or one penalty, and that will be a real pressure moment for CRNFC to come back strong in the second half.
Yes, it's just about on the edge, isn't it, Sabir, as Chanaka Chandimal kicks off and puts it straight down the throat of one of their dangerous runners, Veeratunga. Dharmapala screaming for Danushka Pereira to come in close. Here's Absal to Falil. Falil gives it to Lahiru Herat, and Tiruna Veerasinghe dummies in but goes outside to Supun Dilshan. And that's a great pass from Dilshan, and the pass is good. And that's the try for Tiruna Veerasinghe. Well, you can see how much Kavindu Pereira's absence has cost them. 2 tries scored down this flank, Sabir, because Asit Vijayasinghe's defense is not nearly as good as Kavindu Pereira's. And you can imagine the captain is sitting back in the pavilion watching this with his head in his hands.
And also there's no point you are having your experienced players in the bench as well, unfortunately. But Supun Dilshan, my dear, he showed some threatening running speed, especially when he get the ball. But this time he's showing he can also fend off with his upper body strength.
Well, that was a Julian Savea type fend, wasn't it, Sabir? And he came out of nowhere. I think Asit Vijayasinghe thought he had his man well covered, and bang, he just bounced off him like a ball off a tennis ball off a wall, really. That was outstanding work from Supun Dilshan. And just as you were talking about it, you said that if Navy scores now, it's going to be a mountain to climb, and absolutely, whether this is converted or not, it's looking really, really dangerous for this CR team, who have looked really off colour so far.
Great play by Navy. And this man has been sensational, and even with these kicks, so simply brilliant.
Just a one miss for Veerasinghe, and that was from 55 meters out. So outstanding work from him as well. And you remember he was the one who started it on the right-hand flank with that lovely step. And Mohammad Afzal he's putting the ball in front of his runners, Sabir. That's what I'm really liking about his performance today. Putting the ball in front of Falil, in front of Lahiru Herat, and they're just running riot here.
And also he's putting his opposite number to thinking whether he will run or he will pass. So far it's going well for Navy.
Yes, I'm liking this decision, like I said before, to play Afzal at number 10. It's taken Motilal Jatilaka to realize that. He's played at scrum half and centre and fullback and all sorts of places, but 10 really is the place for him. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe continues that barnstorming form that he has shown. Dharmapala will do well to just make sure this game goes to half-time. Veerasinghe puts Chamod Fernando under pressure once again. And Fernando's collection is not good this time either. And they've made sure they've cut off his options. Kavinda De Costa has nothing else to do but to thump this one downfield. Dharmapala. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe calls for it. Sasik Ashan against his old Wesley player. Play on, says the referee. Nothing wrong in that. Danushka Pereira strong over the ball, but CRNFC have managed to control it. They desperately need to score before half-time. Rafaidin goes down before the tackle gets to him. Veeratunga making sure he shut down the danger. Here's Gunaratna. Omarka Gunaratna runs straight into a wall of Navy defense. Hafiz Noor, and that ball is spilled just like it was in the first moment of the game. Well, that's an interesting one. I thought the referee might come in for the knock forward. But he's going to have a chat with his assistant referee. Because Navy surely didn't have the advantage from that knock-on. So probably if the penalty was going CR's way, it should have come back for the knock-on for Navy. And that's exactly what he's done. The task judge has told him exactly what we were talking about, Sabir.
Yes, that's a good piece of communication. You need that to happen, especially from assistant referees nowadays. It's not the one in the middle making decisions. And probably Rishi Dharmapala from this scrum, he just have to kick the ball into touch.
We might probably give it to Veerasinghe or Buldima Piyaratna, one of those two guys on the right-hand side, to kick it into touch. Unless Sia can do something spectacular to score before half-time. Janit Laksara goes off the back. Joel Pereira falling all over the wrong side. And Dharmapala puts it high. And again, a bit of volleyball there, but referee says that there was a penalty for number 7. That was Pereira.
Yeah, he was not rolling away as he made the tackle. Also news out from Police Park. Kandy leading 12 points to 3 at the 22 minutes of play.
Well, tell you what, Sabir, this might be the team to watch this season. The way that they've been coming together, this Navy side. Been really good so far. They fixed everything that they needed to fix from the first match out last week. And this is a lovely place for them to travel. They love coming here.
And they also lost few players, Shanaka, few star players.
Seems to have made very little difference to them, though, the way they're playing today. And that ball is overthrown from Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, and it looks like it might just be half-time. And yes, he won't mind that. So referee Rohan Fernando says that's half-time here at Longdon Place. So against the run of play, Navy went 7-0 up, and since then they haven't really looked back. It's 23 points to 7 in favour of the visitors here at Longdon Place in this Dialog Rugby A Division League game, live on ThePapare.com.
And Thilna Veerasinghe, out of 23, has scored 18 points, which is sensational. And CRNFC, only that Tarinder Ratwate's try. We saw some end-to-end stuff in the first 10 minutes of play. Well, actually the first kick-off itself. But since then, Navy dominated the entire 40.
Yeah, they really have dominated since then. And Thirina Veerasinghe has really been outstanding, starting, creating, finishing, supporting. We'll be back after the halftime break on ThePapare.com.
ThePapare.com කරපු සංකල්පය ලංකාවේ ක්‍රීඩක ක්‍රීඩිකාවන්ට ඉතාම ධෛර්යයක්. ඔවුන්ගේ අදහස් ක්‍රීඩා තොරතුරු ඊට අමතරව ශ්‍රී ලංකිකෙක් වශයෙන් මට ආඩම්බර විය හැකි මේ අලුත් සංකල්ප ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයට ගෙනීම ගැන මම ඇත්තටම papare.com එකට ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා.
Huge amount of cricket fans out there. They look at things in so much detail. They demand detail much more than we have a video analyst for us. Incredible. These guys want even more detail when it comes to reading about the game and understanding. So I think the ThePapare.com provides all of that beautifully. So congratulations and well done to the ThePapare.com, because for people like me and for millions of other cricket fans around the world.
The Breakdown, end-to-end Sri Lankan Rugby.
සමහර විශ්ලේෂණයන් තියෙනවා ඒවා සමහරලාවට හරියන්නත් පුළුවන් වරදින්නත් පුළුවන් කෝසල.
ක්‍රිකට් කියන්නේ අවිනිශ්චිත ක්‍රීඩාවක් ධනුෂ්කා. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මොනවද සිදුවන්නේ කියලා. ගොඩක් දේ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් පිටියෙන් පිටත. නමුත් සියල්ල සිදුවන්නේ පිටිය තුලදී.
පිටියේ ඈත මෑත කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, පිටියේ ඇතුලේ කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ක්‍රිකට් විශ්ලේෂණාත්මකව ඔබට සම කරන්නට අපි සූදානම්ින් ඉන්නවා පිටියේ කතා තුලින්. රැඳෙන්න අපිත් එක්ක ThePapare.com ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා වෙබ් අඩවිය සමග. ඔබේ තරංගයන් සියල්ලම අපි ගාව හොඳ කලෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඡායාරූප පවා බොහොම හොඳ දේවල්. මම හිතනවා ඔබත් සමහරවිට දකින්නේ මම හිතන්නේ මේ දේවල් Papare හරහා තමයි ඔබ යම්කිසි අදහසක් ඒකට එකතු කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඇත්තටම මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ඒ වගේම අනිත් හැම ක්‍රීඩා තරගාවලියකට මම හිතන්නේ මම දකින හැම වෙලේම ක්‍රිකට් විතරක් නෙමෙයි හැම දෙයක්ම කවර් වෙනවා මේ papare.com එකෙන්. ඒ වගේම ක්ලබ් මැච් එකක් පවා අපි සාමාන්‍ය හැම ප්ලේ කෙනෙක් මාසේ තමන්ගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් මැච් එක සෙල්ලම් කරන එකක් ලබා ගන්න. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් වෙන්නේ ඒ වගේ ඒ කොහේ තිබ්බත් මැච් එකක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඇවිල්ලා හැම මැච් එකකටම වගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් හෝ අනිවාර්යෙන් තිබෙනවා. ඉතින් මම සුබ පතනවා papare.com එකට මේ සේවය දිගටම කරගෙන යන්න කියලා.
Fitness Diaries, in a mission to uplift the fitness arena in Sri Lanka.
Technique, tactics, attack, defense, pattern. Back to the board, the rugby analysis.
ස්පෝර්ට්ස් වලට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැමතිද?
අනිවාර්යෙන්.
ඔව්. නෑ. හොඳටම අඩුයි.
Yeah, of course. අඩුයි.
ඔව්. කදාසම ස්පෝර්ට් එක.
ෆුට්බෝල්.
ක්‍රිකට්.
බාස්කට්බෝල්. අපේ UFC වගේ දේවල් නම් සවන බලනවා. fun and rally විතරයි.
කැමතිම ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ඉන්නවද කියලා?
අරවින්ද ඩි සිල්වා, අර්ජුන රණතුංග,
සංගක්කාර.
ඒ සරත් ජයසූරිය 96 ටීම් එකම හොඳයි.
What's happening here? The chance for England.
Welcome back to Longdon Place here at the CRNFC ground, where CR are hosting their first home game, and the home crowd hasn't been given a lot to cheer about in the first 40 minutes of this game, as Navy have overrun them after the first maybe 2 or 3 minutes where CR attacked the line with gusto. Since then it has been all one-way tidal wave from Navy. 23 points to 7, 18 of those points coming from Thiruna Veerasinghe's one try on the... And let's see whether the change of ends can have a change of fortune for Navy, for CRNFC, because Navy look like they're going to run away with this one if things continue as they are. That's the man of the moment in the middle of your screen, Thiruna Veerasinghe, and Danushka Pereira's leadership against his old club, proving to be exactly what they need, and the positional changes with Mohammad Absal in at number 10, and just some good basic rugby, some nice angles from the midfield, Sabir, have made the difference.
Yes, indeed. Also, at the halftime break, coach Motilal Jayatilka don't have to say anything much because they just have to do what they did for the last 40 minutes. But on the other hand, things might be different from the Reds coaching unit. Fereti Verabula, former coach of Papua New Guinea and former army coach.
Yes, I'm sure he'd have a lot to say at the halftime huddle. He's got a wealth of riches in his squad, Sabir, as does Motilal Jayatilaka, to be fair. But for Navy, just a few key players have turned up. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe in the front has turned up. You have Janit Laksara and Adisa Veeratunga who have turned up. And Absal and Thiruna Veerasinghe have turned up as well. So when you have those senior players along the spine of your team doing some good work, then the rest can play alongside you. But for CR, you haven't really seen anyone step up.
And
Veerasinghe kicks off the second half. All to do for CRNFC, and if that's an indication of how things are going to go for them, that will make them very happy. But still, you don't see the urgency, you don't see the leadership, you don't see them really lifting their heads up here. CR, they need to realize that, hey, this is a big mistake. We can have an attacking opportunity from here, and they need to be the first to that halfway mark.
that kickoff, Shanaka, it didn't go 10 meters, but it came from Dulanjana Vijayasinghe. But luckily, referee blew the whistle. But Sia had a chance to play on.
They should have played on, and that's what I mean about the urgency, Sabir. That they look to be playing for the whistle. They need to be playing for the stoppage, and not really sure where things are going wrong for them. You need someone to step up and take this game by the scruff of the red shirt. And here's the first opportunity for Omar Gunaratna off the base of the scrum. Nice straightening angle from Kushan Indunil there. And Gayan Dilshan ran a nice angle as well, but he didn't get the ball. Joel Pereira, Danushka Pereira as well, up on his feet in a flash. Here's Hafiz Noor. Runs into his opposite number. Protects the ball well, though, does Noor. And that's a nice angle run by Gunaratna once again. Manages to make the ball available for De Costa. Just gaining another couple of meters. Ball goes backwards, says the referee, and that's fortunate. But Dulanjana Vijayasinghe first to it once again, and here's some space now. Lahiru Herat goes to ground and tackled by Chamod Fernando, and realizing that there's no fullback, Dharmapala puts it deep, beautifully collected by Buddhima Piyaratna. Mohammad Absal managing to try and control that, and he does well to get it back on the rebound. And Sashika Ashan does really well to try and intercept that pass on the first bounce. And holding on, says the referee. That was unlucky from Ashan. Needed to get back onto his feet quickly.
That's unlucky for Ashan, but how lucky is Mohammad Absal? He didn't get the ball at the first place, and he just put that kick. But luckily, he timed that run to collect that position. And what a lovely chase by Buddhima Piyaratna, Shanaka. He timed his jump perfection.
And not just that, Sabir, it's the vision of Dharmapala at the base to realize that Chamod Fernando was involved in that tackle and that there's no fullback, and to put it back immediately. So good communication and good smarts, Sabir, and that's good to see from this team.
Navy likes to play that territorial game without a doubt, and they were absolutely threatening in terms of their counter-attack. That's how they scored 2 tries in the first half. Veerasinghe tried a nearly 60-meter penalty, but this should be with his range without a doubt.
Yes, this will be one of the easier kicks he's had today. Wind is at his back as well by the looks of things. And easy strike, but just wide of the right hand upright. That's a surprising miss for Thiruna Weerasinghe. Only the second miss today. So not had the best of luck in the first 3 minutes of the second half, Weerasinghe. But Chanaka Chandimal will look to put this one long. And Piyaratne has been very safe on that right wing. You need a back who can double up as a fullback, trying to go on the outside but managing to keep the ball available. Nice spin out of the tackle from Lahiru Viswajit. And here's Dulanjana Wijayasinghe hanging about on the outside. Kushan Indranil drags him down. Good double barrel roll from Dulanjana. Kayan Dilshan makes a tackle on his opposite number. That was Supun Piris. Here's Dharmapala now. Absal. Nice decoy angle run, and Absal goes straight through the middle. Mohammad Absal puts the little chip kick in. Chamut Fernando has to get there quickly. And eventually it was Asit Wijayasinghe who managed to touch it down. And a 5-meter scrum. That was great thinking from Mohammad Absal. He realized the gap was closed and did what he needed to do.
He was trying that in the first half, but here he gets that opportunity, sniping through the 10 and 12 channel. And he also had the numbers out wide. And also Adisha Veeratunga supporting Dilshan.
And it looks like Rehan Silva has come on. Might be 44 minutes too late though. And it looks like Asit Wijayasinghe has gone off, which means that Silva will either go into fullback, as Sashan Mohammed has come on as well in the number 22 jersey for Sia. So they're bringing in the experience. Don't know what the experience was doing sitting on the bench all this time, but Chamut Fernando going off as well. Janit Laksara, the ball doesn't knock on, says the referee, so play on. Big tackle by Hafiz Noor that time. Omalka Gunaratna also goes in and makes an important tackle on Wijayasinghe. Navy making sure that they keep this ball at close quarters before they spread it wide. Adisha Veeratunga. Here's Dulanjana Wijayasinghe one-on-one. So difficult to stop. Kushan Indranil trying to wrap up the ball and all, but Wijayasinghe still going. What strength from the hooker. And that's a great ball. Buddhima Piyaratne tries to go around his man. And eventually, Tarinder Ratwata makes a good tackle to bring him down. Rehan Silva strong over the ball and manages to turn it over. And now it's a good kick from Kavindu De Costa. Ratwata chases and makes an excellent tackle. He needs some support now. And it's arriving. Mohammad Sashan has made his way there as well. So the fresh legs are having an impact immediately for CR. But they've managed to turn it over, have Navy. In fact, they didn't turn it over previously. And Rehan Silva at fullback now will look to run it. Still going, Rehan runs into the tackle of a big front row forward, but manages to keep the ball available for Kavindu De Costa. And here's Chanaka Chandimal, puts a little dink over the top. Nicely read by Richard Dharmapala. And here's Sashan Mohammed. But the referee says that there's been a knock forward by Sia. And Navy live to breathe another day.
Also your daily sports update. Join on the recap for the 2-minute summary. Log into www.thepapare.com. You can also listen to the summary on our Facebook page as well. And Sia showing some intensity, showing some eagerness now.
Well, you've got your best players on now, haven't you, Sabir? You've got Sashan Mohammed with a lot of experience, a Sri Lanka player. You've got Rehan Silva, a Sri Lanka player, coming in off the bench. They've got the physical presence. They're big boys compared to Asit Vijayasinghe and Chamud Fernando. And this Navy team is a physical team. They can compete at the breakdown. And I'm just, like I said, I just don't know whether it's been 45 minutes too late for Sia that they've brought these boys on.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Still plenty of time remaining. And good to see Rehan Silva. He got the ball and he made an immediate impact. Just fresh from debuting for Sri Lanka in the sevens as well.
Silky smooth player he is. We've got a lot of time for him. He's developed so much, just like Adisha has. You've seen his game go from 60% to 90% when he came to the clubs. A lot of players go downhill, but these two guys have gone up. Janit Laksara, lovely break from him, the former Science College number 6. And that's a big kick. And Rehan Silva takes it well, gets out of the first tackle. Beautiful run from him. Silva still going, needs some support. Omalka Gunaratne, his former teammate, is there with him. Referee gets in the way, and here's Kushan Indranil who straightens now, and Riza Rafaideen steps back into the field of play. Here's Marco Samada Peruma. Nice angle by Hafiz Noor. The pass is not a good one. He had to reach behind him, but he needs to go to ground now. Noor does manage to do that. Straight through the middle. And that's a nice angle from Chanaka Chandimal. And here's Sashan Mohammed. Mohammed straightens on the inside ball to Omalka Gunaratne. Gunaratne manages to get the offload away. And that's Kavitha De Costa who looks like he'll score. In fact, Supun Vannakulasuriya looks like he'll score. And you can see the impact straight away, Sabir. You can see the run that Rehan Silva made and the impact run that Sashan Mohammed made, and that sets up the try.
Yes, indeed. What a lovely play. What a lovely try for the birthday boy, Supun Vannakulasuriya. And this is what, Shanaka, you were talking about. Rehan Silva making that presence felt. And he's a handy player. He can play anywhere in the back line. And all of a sudden, now the impact players are making those yards. Omalka Gunaratne, a lovely offload, not playing selfish on that occasion. Knowing the supportive runner is there. A lovely draw and pass, simple.
Nice little offload from him. Sia also missing the man at the top of your screen there, carrying the water. That's Rehan Virakun, who was training really well and unfortunately has been cut down by an injury. Tisila Devind also is another man that they've lost. Ratwat, a really important kick. He's got to get them towards 14 points. And it's a good kick that time, so Sia score for the first time in about 40 minutes. 14 points to 23, and they've brought the gap back to 9 points. And you can see the injection of those players off the bench has already created a different bit of urgency for them.
And this game will have another even better finish. Both teams will try to make the immediate try, because Navy, they're still playing, they're still taking their time. They're in no hurry.
Well, this is where Navy need to realize that they can't sit on their 9-point lead. Charana Chamikara puts his head down and goes straight into the first tackle. Kavitha De Costa with the box kick. That's well placed, but Dulanjana Vijayasinghe has also read it really well. And Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, what can't he do? He captained the Wesley first 11 and he can also kick to touch. Wow, what a thump after chasing his own kick. And he's managed to turn the ball over, but the referee says that he may have had his hands on the floor in trying to turn that over. So a lucky break for Sia that time. But what play from Dulanjana. He read the kick, he collected the kick, he made the kick forward, and he chased it up and made the tackle and the turnover, Sabir.
Absolutely brilliant. We don't know whether he played football for Wesley as well. And he's showing some lovely work as a sweeper.
Well, it's not a big school. You've got to multitask, and places like Wesley and St. Thomas's don't have the luxury of many students. So you can see why those all-round skills develop in some players. Vannakola Surya has to make this line out count. They've been untidy, Sia, and they continue to be untidy. Nice run. Dharmapala again looking at the options available to him. He goes straight to the back, and they're happy to play the territorial game, putting Rehan under a little bit of pressure. He allows that to bounce. That's a cardinal error. But we'll put the big up and under in as well. And now his players are inside. And they give it to Dulanjana once again, who's hanging back, playing it the number 8 role. Brushes number 19 straight off him. That was Kokila Samadha Peruma. Another 2 Wesleyite on Wesleyite. That time, lovely ball inside, but just overrun by Musin Falil. Supun Piris. Good pick and go from Adisha Veeratunga. Absal spotted the mid-match, a big pass out. Ratwata goes to full-back and he just makes a timely intervention. The ball dropped by Tirana Veerasinghe. Referee hasn't played the knock-on. Yes, he has now. And boy, did Ratwata do really well there, Sabir. He read the play beautifully.
He didn't have much option. It was 2-on-1 situation, but he was keeping his cool and marking the pass of Lahru Herath. Herath could have gone by himself, dummying Ratwata, but unfortunately he couldn't. And lovely tackle by Tharindra Ratwata, the acting captain for today's game.
Yes, I thought he could have gone on his own. There was a 2-on-1. It really should have been all money on the attacking side. And if they scored that, that would have been the end, really. But a superb intervention from Ratwata there to make sure that his team don't go further down on the scoreboard. They're looking knackered, Sia. They're looking like they really don't want to see Stefan Gregory coming on in the scrum. Warming up behind the goalpost there. You can see him having a run, Stefan Gregory.
I'm not sure, Shanaka, how impact it's going to be, because I saw CRNFC team warming up 15 minutes before the Navy team came into warm-ups.
Well, Sabir, you know how I feel about this. We've spoken about this off-air several times, and I think teams warm up far too much in this country. I really don't think they need to warm up as much as they do. They need to do some active stretching in the dressing rooms. Just come out, run a few plays, and come out ready to play. So here's the big man, Kushan Indunil, taking the ball forward. First time we've seen him run with the ball this afternoon. Again, Sasika Ashan late to the breakdown. And that's got to be a yellow card, surely. Musin Falil showed no intent. Joel Pereira, nice straightening of the angle by Rehan Silva that needed to straighten much earlier. Here's Kavindu De Costa. Lovely offload from De Costa to Kushan Indunil. The two Isipathanians combining well. Good scrambling defense from Navy as well, and that kick is put through by De Costa, and it's just too far. You could see as soon as he kicked it, he knew he'd made a mistake. They've got to keep the ball in hands here, and De Costa is just opting for the boot few too many times.
Well, the way they played from their own red zone, they should have kept the ball in position. They shouldn't been kicked, but I thought for eventually that it's going to be a penalty advantage, Shanaka, but it's not.
Yes, I thought the advantage would have come as well, but somehow referee Fernando had deemed that the advantage was over if there was one. But again, that attack, a little lateral, Sabir, needed someone to straighten that out. I think Joel Pereira should probably have straightened it out before he gave it away to Rehan Silva. That counter-attacking intent, it's just something you've got to practice, isn't it? You just got to practice countering without a set plan. Players need to know which angles they need to run.
We saw that from Navy in the first half.
Looks like that's Roshan Ranasinghe who's been helped off the pitch. It might be a concussion, so you'll see him go off for an HIA. They've got plenty of people on the bench to help out, though, because Stefan Gregory, who was warming up, will probably come onto the pitch now. He has, in fact, in that number 26 jersey, 16 jersey, big man, Stefan Gregory, 6'3", 200-odd pounds.
Yeah, former St. Joseph's player, also free hit. All your opinion you can share to our editor at ThePapare.com. Just drop us an email on your cricket thoughts.
And that's better from Sia. It was a much better scrum. And Sashikashan trying to turn the ball over as well. Adisha Viratunga guilty of holding on. So Sia finally waking up and coming into this game.
And also Navy looks like in terms of their discipline, they are not accurate as their first half play.
So you can see what happens when your dangerous ball runners are running with the ball. Guys like Kushan Indunil, guys like Rehan Silva, they're creating problems for this Navy defense, and Sia really have to go to their back line a bit more often. They're using Kavindra Costa with that box kick a little too much, I think, Sabir.
Tavindra Ratwat have pulled his hamstring. He's just limping to that kick which was kicked into touch.
That's a better line out from Sia. They've been missing a good line out take, and they'll try and drive this one to the line. Navy not committing too many numbers to that driving maul, which helps Sia to just keep taking it forward. And the penalty advantage is coming in. Is it? Almost to the line. Kavindra Costa, and it looked like it might be a knock on there. Referee will have a chat to see whether that try was scored or not. Try, says the referee. Yes, it was a try. Couldn't really see in that far corner who the number was. Think it might have been the winger on that side. Was it Rafaideen or Mohammad Sashan? Probably Sashan Mohammed. Will confirm that for you in a moment. But with this conversion, Sia will have a chance to go within 2 points, which is why Navy couldn't afford to sit on that lead, Sabir. We were talking about it. They looked like they wanted to play the game out, but you can't really do that when you're sitting on a 9-point lead. That's just 2 scores away.
They have to work on their engines, and they have to keep position, and they have to play how they played in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Ratwata made a lovely pitch of a kick in the similar angle on his last conversion, and here's another opportunity.
And yes, it's good. Wonderful kick from Tarinder Ratwata, the captain, putting his hand up, scoring a try, making a try-saving tackle, and now putting in a touchline conversion that brings his team within 2. And Sia really have to lift now if they are to take this game.
And you can see a clear body language difference in the both teams. And when you narrow the points on the scoreboard, there's another change coming in.
Vagish Veerasekara is on in the number 23 jersey. And I'm not sure who he's come in for. Probably in the flank or maybe at scrum half. Again, just letting the ball bounce, CRNFC, not really wanting to take responsibility. Lots of room around the fringes. Ratwata. Nice kick. Tulanjana Vijayasinghe calling for it. Runs straight into the opposite number, and now Sashan Mohammad's got a chase on. Mohammed just can't control the ball. And it looked like Tulanjana Vijayasinghe may have taken out one of his own players. Hope that's not too serious. They were both running for the same ball, and looks like Richie Dharmapala is one of the biggest men and one of the smallest men colliding. Really hope he's okay.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. Richie Dharmapala was playing so well, marshalling the forwards and the backs. And Sashan Mohammed, if he could have juggled that ball, it's another try on the cards.
Certainly would have been, but he was always running away from him. That kick, it was an excellent kick from Ratwatta. Placed beautifully, just out of the reach of the two defensive Navy players. And when that ball bounces, you never have any control of where it's going, so bad luck.
Probably Dharmapala should have given Duranjan the ball, Shanaka, because he's coming in that end. Dharmapala is going backwards.
Sure, he was coming forwards for the ball. I don't think he heard the call, but Dharmapala should certainly have heard Duranjana coming. Nice ball off the top. Dangerous one that they choose to give quickly off the top in that 5-meter area, but exit strategy perfectly executed by Navy. Line out just inside the 22.
We still have 20 minutes remaining in this game, Shanaka. It's been interesting so far, but the clock is not referee's clock.
So I think we might have, that's Ravin De Silva, who's come on for Lahiru Viswajit. So Navy compromising a bit on their physicality in the forwards, Sabir. So that's good news for Sia. Joel. Nice take in the line out. Referee allowing that to go on. And that's better refereeing. Supun Vandakulusuri at the back, and the referee says that's once. And the Navy players all over the floor, so that should be a penalty advantage. Kavinda De Costa screaming for it, and the referee saying yes, you dropped players and you're coming in at the side. Danushka Pereira doesn't agree, but I think he doesn't agree ostensibly, but I think he knows exactly what happened there.
Yeah, discipline seems like they're losing the emotions in the breakdowns.
Ratwata takes a sensible option and goes to the corner, Sabir, and they'll just more of the same.
And talking about that replacement, Shanaka, even Vagisha Veer Singh, not sure still which position that he is playing. So he's playing in the flank position.
Well, it looks like Sashik Ashan might have gone into the second row, Sabir, and Vagisha coming on to the open side flank. And Joel moving to the blind. Getting some pace on, and that's the kind of pressure he can bring, and that's exactly what he's done. Knock forward, says the referee, so no advantage coming from that, so it'll be a 5-meter scrum, a defensive scrum.
Yeah, Navy will take this, and hopefully Richie Dharmapala will look in to put his box kick to come out of jail.
Ashen Fernando also on in the number 17 jersey for Sia. Rejigged front row. Charana Chamikara has gone into prop, and that's a lot to expect, isn't it, to play second row for the first 60 minutes and to prop for the last 20. Gosh, you've got to be committed to be able to do that.
Full Chamikara has another 20 minutes or so remaining, so it'll be interesting passage. In terms of it, his fitness will be tested. That's a lovely run by Mushin Falil.
Excellent angle from the former royalist, old Sia man as well. Played for Police last year and was left languishing without a club. Rehan Silva takes that well. Evades the first tackle, gets out of the second as well, but is dropped by the third. And now De Costa. Long ball to Rafaideen. Rafaideen looks like he might have the pace to go in at the corner. Yes, he can. No, he can't. He's just dragged down. Ratwatta brings the ball in, and now there's some space for Chandimal. Chandimal steps in, but the referee said there's been a forward pass. And Reza Rafaideen, did you see who chased him down, Sabir?
Yeah, it's Buddhima Piratna. It's all about the spot to the national wing three position, Shana, because those two players are in lineup. If you lose, I'm getting you this chance. So Reza Rafaideen, and lovely piece of cover tackle by Buddhima Piratna. And
Rafaidin had the edge because he had the head start over Piyaratna. Outstanding bit of play there. It was Costa who spotted the man over, but probably should have gone through the hands again. Just those basic under 13 kind of skills, Sabir. Just if you've got an overlap, send it through the hands.
And there were two players supporting as well, Shanaka. This is what Rizal Rafaidin should bring, that 7 skill, but maybe with the running speed, he could not control that.
Nice break again from Musin Falil. That's a good kick. Pretty good kick, and they need to play that one quickly. Rafaidin quickly to Rehan Silva. Silva needs to look. And that's good work from him to try and link up with his forwards. Chanaka Chandimal is asking for it on his inside shoulder. And he has to turn and pass. Ratwatta now looking for Joel Pereira. Pereira steps back in. Good work from him. Sashan Mohammed now. Great work to Chanaka Chandimal. Chandimal stepping in out of 2 tackles. That's great work from Joel Pereira. Just can't get the ball away to his support player, Guy and Dilshan. But that was good link-up play from Joel Pereira and Sashan Mohammed.
Also a great work by Supun Dilshan. He didn't commit to that ball or that tackle, Shanaka, because the ball is going into the touch. And if he committed, it could have been a line out in favor of the home team.
Good discipline. Very good discipline from the Navy player on that occasion. See, I need to try and pinch a line out here. Navy just need to play the basics. They're still in front, let's not forget, even though Sia have the momentum. Navy have done enough to stay in front. Games at Longdon Place between those two teams have always been very close. Falil. Into the pocket goes Dharmapala. Rehan Silva takes it well. His players need to get behind him to help him out. Rafaidin now gets over the ball, and the penalty is coming. Ruck was formed, says the referee. Sia may think of taking quickly. There's a bit of pace mismatch here on the left-hand side, but Ratwatta is thinking about the win.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to take the lead for the first time. If Tarinda Ratwatta can nail this penalty. Avishka Heenfella carrying water.
This is the experience coming in. Riza Mubarak would have managed to pinch about 6 to 8 inches, maybe a foot, while the referee was talking to Ashen Disana, Ashen Fernando there. All important kick now for Ratwatta, and looks like he might just have done well enough to slice it through, and that's the lead for CR. So Ratwatta has done brilliantly, leading from the front, scored the first try, a brilliant try it was as well. And in the absence of his captain Kamindu, he has stepped up to the leadership mantle by putting his team into the lead, and now can he see it home, Sabir?
Yeah, good decision making, Shanaka. He knows he's got that skill to kick those penalties. And instead of putting into touch, and here's the restart, that's the first mistake.
Again, no communication between Joel Pereira and Vagisha Veerasinghe there. Needed to be much better communication. Joel was the bigger man going in for that ball. He should have allowed him to go in for it.
This game is going to the wire without a doubt, Shanaka. And Sia, if they can score one try, it's a bonus point try.
And two more tries for Navy to get the bonus point here. But they really need to try and maybe look for a drop goal here, Navy, off this first phase. Mohammad Absal, what can he do? They've lined up on this right-hand side, but Ravin De Silva goes to ground. Kavinda De Costa. Taken quickly that time by Richie Dharmapala, and Sia were definitely not 10 that time. And that's not 10, so the referee may go to his pocket. Referee saying, please get back to Tarinder Ratwata. And Thirina Veerasinghe, will he step up and look to restore that 2-point lead?
And that's also a clever piece of thinking by Rishi Dharmapala. Shanaka knows that Sia body, they are gifted away the penalty and they will walk back slowly. And good stuff like Aaron Smith does, taking that quick penalty. And once again, a good opportunity to come back into the lead for the visiting team. If this kick is true, that will be 21 points to Thilina Veerasinghe.
21 points out of 26. Tanuja Malimbada has come onto the park for Navy, so fresh legs for them as well. Sia's hearts in their mouths as they line up, and it's missed from Veerasinghe. And that's a costly miss from Thilina.
Well, it's not the first penalty, it's the second penalty he missed. In fact, 3 penalties in the first half, 1 in the first half as well.
So Sia live to breathe again. 9 minutes on our clock, but that's not the referee's clock, you must remember. And here's Thirina Veerasinghe trying to run this one back, making amends for that missed kick. Gayan Dilshan chops him to the ground. Here's a bit of slow play from Lahiru Vishwajit at first receiver. And here's Absal now. Haven't seen much of his magic. 3-on-2. Nice step back inside. Ratwata just can't hold on to the ball. 2 knockouts there, so the referee might come back for the first one here, but CRNFC, yes, it was the second knock-on from Ratwata, so the first one means that Sia will get this scrum. They need to play this game, the rest of this game, inside the opposition half.
Yes, indeed, without a doubt. But Mohammad Absal's that turnover in the ruck was just in vain because referee coming for that second knock-on. And Navy, what they should do is to enter the CRNFC territory. And it's, I think it's a CRNFC ball. They will hope for a mistake from Sia to happen so that they can win the ball back, but Sia here, they have a real opportunity.
Navy with some real scavengers in that midfield. Tanuja Maduranga and Musin Falil, they can be dangerous from turnover ball. So they will be looking for something there. Stefan Gregory, Dulanjana Vijayasinghe and Kasun De Silva in the front row for
another change. Gayan Vikramaratne, former Isipatana fullback. And interestingly, Buddhima Peratne is off.
Well, that's an interesting call from the Navy bench. Peratne has been one of their better players, but going off, he looks like he's a little, maybe carrying a little bit of an injury, Sabir. But Gayan Vikramaratne also good with the boot, so here's Omar Gunaratne running laterally. Straight into the tackle of Musin Falil. Makes a good tackle on him. Sasika Ashan now. Pick and go from Ashen Fernando. The big royal prop now in CR colours. Chandimal, that's a right idea, but terrible execution. And nice collection from Kavindra Costa. None of the Navy players moved away there, Sabir, so that should have been a penalty. But the referees let that one go, not for the first time in this game. Players have to retire behind 10 meters. Ashen Fernando makes the tackle with some help from Chandimal. And now Absal getting out of the first tackle, but forcing the knock-on was a good tackle from Charana Chamikara. It's pretty outstanding, Chamikara, with his work rate.
Yeah, Stefan Gregory on that occasion, but that kick should have kicked a bit more territorial, Shanaka. It should be a flat kick instead of going up and under.
Yes, he really should have given his chasers a chance to get under that ball. Surprised that Kavindra Costa hasn't been taken off. Nice to have fresh legs in that scrum half position at the moment, just to see this game out. Kavindra Costa now. Chandimal to Ratwatta. Ratwatta thinks about the kick and makes it now. That's a much better kick. Sashan Mohammed drags the player down, but Navy recover well. Sia won't mind this as long as they're in this part of the field. Navy, all they need is one missed tackle to go all the way around the other end. And it's a knock forward, so the mistakes creeping into Navy's game. And you can see that first half intensity, Sabir, is just coming to tell on them in this last 10 minutes.
Pressure time for Navy Sports Club now, because they have a defensive scrum. And we also have to look at the player of the match, Shanaka.
I think there's been some outstanding performances from both teams. Sabir, I think Dulanjana Vijayasinghe has been superb for Navy. So has Sirina Veerasinghe, Richie Dharmapala, Danushka Pereira. They've all been Supun Dilshan.
Mohammad Absal, yeah.
Absal has been outstanding as well. And for Sia, we've seen Ratwatta, who's had a really strong game. And apart from him, the forward pack have come to the fore in this second essay. Joel Pereira has been good here. Zomalka Gunaratne breaking on the blind side, going without his support players though, who finally get there. But for me, this man with the ball in his hand at the moment, Charana Chamikara, after playing second row, Sabir, for 60 minutes, coming in and propping and making some excellent tackles as well. For me, it's between him and Ratwatta if Sia win this game. Ratwatta, Nami, and he's in. Well, I think that must settle it.
Yes, indeed, Tarindra Ratwatta, brilliant stuff. Second try of the game, and he made some brilliant kicks as well. And what a try-saving tackle on Lahiru Herat. In fact, it's on Buddhima Piratna.
Yes, it was brilliant work from him. Scored the first try and possibly the last try as well. And you can see him breathing a sigh of relief more than anything else, Sabir. It's not happiness that they've won. It's just relief because this team was really under the cosh at halftime. 23 points to 7. And what a second half comeback it has been. Whatever coach said in that halftime huddle, it has been heard by this team because they've raised their game and come back with some excellent tries. And that's the bonus point try that you were talking about as well. So our man of the match, Tarindra Ratwatta.
And don't know why CRFC, with so much talent in their team, they're leaving it to the second half. We saw they were struggling in the first half in the last week, like we mentioned before.
I think they might have been guilty of taking this Navy team a little not seriously enough, Sabir, because when Rehan Silva and Sashan Mohammed came on off the bench, the game just lifted. And unless there's an injury or something, I don't understand why they don't play these players. Rehan Silva easily one of the better performances in this game. And superb kick from Ratwatta as well from this right hand tram line.
Well, it's not over yet, but Navy still 8 points behind. A converted try won't do anything, but just a losing bonus point.
Well, that 8-point cushion will really help them out. That's better from Guy and Dilshan, but the ball bounces forward off Omalka Gunaratne, who's now cramping up. It's taken quickly by Navy, who know that they have to score a try, so they're not going to go to the corner. Stefan Gregory. Good tackle on him by Charmikara, who has been outstanding in this game. Coming back to Gregory. Supon Vannakulasuriya making a good tackle that time. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe looks for the offload, gets it away to Supun Dilshan. But that's good work from Mohammad Sashan to make an important tackle. Gregory carrying for the third time in this phase. Good organization by CR on defense here. Nice dummy, Thilina Veerasinghe, but he's brought to ground eventually by Ratwatta. Adisha Veeratunga, the man who scored the first strike, and he spark a Navy revival here. Good handoff from him. Lairu Vishwajit lays the ball back. Supun Piris, in fact, lays the ball back, and Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, that's unfortunate from a guy who's played so well. And Sashan Mohammed will go all the way, will he? Yes, he will. Mohammad Sashan is going to finish it off in style for Sia. And it'll look good on the scoreboard, but all of us who witnessed this game know exactly how difficult it was. Dushant Liuke can breathe a smile of relief now, just on the leaning on the railings there, but his heart would have been in his mouth in the first 40 minutes.
Well, what a comeback game this has been for CRNFC after trailing by 13 points or so in the first half. And what a lovely finish. Omalka Gunaratne thought he can beat Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, but instead he had the support. Well, you have the winger on your right, why not pass?
Well, that's that man Sashan Mohammed who came off the bench. He's made a difference, scored one try and helped create another one as well. Almost scored another one that he juggled into touch. So you can see how important that experience is, Sabir. These young kids coming out of school, they're plenty of talent, but this game is a cruel one. As Dulanjana Vijayasinghe found out, he's had such a good game, and then he concedes the turnover that leads to a try 90 meters at the other end. It's almost an exact mirror image of what Sia did in the first minute of the game that happened in the last minute of the game in the other way around.
Absolutely brilliant. And Tarinder Ratwatta, the ThePapare player of the match. Already scored 2 tries. And with another different angle.
Flawless kicking performance from Ratwatta. He's been putting them over at will from the right-hand touchline. You can see what this means to the CR team. An outstanding comeback. 23 points to 7 they were trailing. And they finish it 38 points to 23. So 31 points scored in that second half, Sabir. Navy will lick their wounds, but they played really well in that first half. But to be fair to them, they couldn't get a point on the board in the second half.
Yeah, what a relief for Sia and what a relief for Kavinda Pereira, their usual skipper. And his miss was the real cause for CRNFC to score those 2 tries.
There he is, the top of the screen, off the bench and coming and congratulating his teammates. And yes, as you said, it went straight through where he would otherwise have been. But you got to feel for Navy because they tried their hardest. And Motilal Jajalaka can be proud of the performance of this Navy team. 23 points to 7 leading in the first half. And it ending 38 points to 23. An outstanding performance with the boot from Tarinda Ratwatta as well, converting 3 tries from well wide on the right side and bringing Sia within 2 points, making the decision to go for the lead as well once they were 21-23, and making that kick as well, a high pressure kick to take them to 24-23, and then the 2 tries later on, one of which he scored as well. That was really an outstanding performance by Ratwatta.
Yes, indeed, Chanak, without a doubt. And that second half change, we were talking about this, that Rayan Silva and Sashan Mohammad's impact was clearly the difference to the first half, because Shamoud Fernando is still out from the school and he's still feeling that club rugby is certainly a different league.
So Sia missing a few players in the second row, and you saw that impacting their line-out as well. Shamal Veerasekara is recovering from a shoulder injury. Panduka Angammana not available today after a good performance last week rather. And Ratwatta just going through and shaking Danushka Pereira's hand there. That's good to see that kind of spirit. There's no bad blood. We've had a few bad-tempered games between these two teams, but nice to see that that's all behind us at this point in time. And superb performance from Sia to come back 31 unanswered points in the second half. And they are visibly relieved. But let's see whether they can continue on from this performance. It was a lackluster performance, an unspectacular performance against Air Force. But in this last 40 minutes, they've really come to the party. And if they can keep playing rugby like this, it will be pretty interesting a season. 5 tries Sia scored to the 2 tries by Navy. 5 conversions as well. Ratwatta flawless with the boot. And it was just a bit of a miss from Tirina Veerasinha in that last few minutes. If he got those kicks over Sabir, and just like how he conceded the kickoff in the first half as well, you could see that the body language immediately dropped.
Absolutely, he missed 3 penalties. One is of course out of reach, nearly a 60-meter, but the other 2 penalties should have nailed it. But unfortunately, the momentum just swung in favour of the home team in the second half.
So excellent work from Sia to come back. It was a scare for the home crowd at half-time, but the second 40 minutes was something they'd remember for quite some time yet. So thanks very much for joining us on ThePapare.com for this brilliant advertisement for Dialog A-Division League Rugby. We'll bring you the breakdown in the course of this week and bring you much more live action next week as well. From Sabir Khada, the rest of the Papare crew and myself, it's goodbye for now.
ThePapare.com කරපු සංකල්පය ලංකාවේ ක්‍රීඩක ක්‍රීඩිකාවන්ට ඉතාම ධෛර්යයක්. ඔවුන්ගේ අදහස් ක්‍රීඩා තොරතුරු ඊට අමතරව ශ්‍රී ලංකිකයෙක් වශයෙන් මට ආඩම්බර විය හැකි මේ අලුත් සංකල්ප ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයට ගෙනීම ගැන මම ඇත්තටම papare.com එකට ස්තුතිවන්තයි.
Huge amount of cricket fans out there. They look at things in so much detail. They demand detail much more than we have a video analyst for us. Incredible. These guys want even more detail when it comes to reading about the game and understanding. So I think the ThePapare.com provides all of that beautifully. So congratulations and well done to the ThePapare.com, because for people like me and for millions of other cricket fans around the world.
The Breakdown, end-to-end Sri Lankan Rugby.
සමහර විශ්ලේෂණයන් තියෙනවා ඒවා සමහරලාවට හරියන්නත් පුළුවන් වරදින්නත් පුළුවන් කෝසල.
ක්‍රිකට් කියන්නේ අවිනිශ්චිත ක්‍රීඩාවක් ධනුෂ්කයා. අපි දන්නේ මොනවද සිදුවන්නේ කියලා. ගොඩක් දේ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් පිටියෙන් පිටක. නමුත් සියල්ල සිදුවන්නේ පිටිය තුලදී.
පිටියේ ඈත මෑත කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, පිටියේ ඇතුලේ කතා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ක්‍රිකට් විශ්ලේෂණාත්මකව ඔබට සම කරන්නට අපි සූදානම්ින් ඉන්නවා පිටියේ කතා තුලින්. රැඳෙන්න අපිත් එක්ක ThePapare.com ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා වෙබ් අඩවිය සමග. තරගයන් සියල්ලම අපි ගාව හොඳ කලෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා ඡායාරූප පවා බොහොම හොඳ දේවල් මම හිතන්නේ ඔබත් සමහරවිට දකින්නේ මම හිතන්නේ මේ දේවල් පපරේ හරහා තමයි ඔබ යම්කිසි අදහසක් ඒකට එකතු කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඇත්තටම මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ඒ වගේම අනිත් හැම ක්‍රීඩා තරගාවලියකටම මම හිතන්නේ මම දකින හැම වෙලේම ක්‍රිකට් විතරක් නෙමෙයි හැම දෙයක්ම කවර් වෙනවා මේ papare.com එකෙන්. ඒ වගේම ක්ලබ් මැච් එකක් පවා අපි සාමාන්‍ය හැම ප්ලේ කෙනෙක් මාසේ තමන්ගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් මැච් එක සෙල්ලම් කරන එකක් ලබා ගන්න. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු සේවයක් වෙන්නේ ඒ වගේ ඒ කොහේ තිබ්බත් මැච් එකක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඇවිල්ලා හැම මැච් එකකටම වගේ ෆොටෝ එකක් හෝ අනිවාර්යෙන් තිබෙනවා. ඉතින් මම සුබ පතනවා papare.com එකට මේ සේවය දිගටම කරගෙන යන්න කියලා.
Fitness Diaries, in a mission to uplift the fitness arena in Sri Lanka.
Technique, tactics, attack, defense, pattern. Back to the board, the rugby analysis.
ස්පෝර්ට්ස් වලට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැමතිද?
අනිවාර්යෙන්.
ඔව්. නෑ. හොඳටම අඩුයි. Yeah, of course. අඩුයි. ඔව්. කදාසම ස්පෝර්ට් එක. ෆුට්බෝල්.
ක්‍රිකට්. බාස්කට්. අපේ UFC වගේ දේවල් නම් සවන බලනවා. ෆන් ඇන්ඩ් රැලි විතරයි.
කැමතිම ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ඉන්නවද කියලා?
අරවින්ද ඩි සිල්වා, අර්ජුන රණතුංග,
සංගක්කාර.
සනත් ජයසූරිය 96 ටීම් එකම හොඳයි.